Good morning. How are you? It's Kirsten Liebelt. Come on in, join in the fun for today. Tell me if you are on the replay and where you're coming in from. If you find any of this content helpful for you, will you please hit the like button, share it out, or subscribe if you're on YouTube, that kind of stuff. I'm not very good about remembering to say that, but I'm working on it this year. It's a 2026 goal, #goals. And if you don't know who I am at all, perfect. My name is Kirsten Liebelt. It is so nice to meet you. You have no idea. I have made the most amazing friends from around the countries, plural, because now I have a Canadian contingency as well. And I just appreciate that so much. And by the way, if you are Canadian and you ever need anything from me, when we talk about targeted supplementation, will you remind me to give you my Canadian link? You need the Canadian link. Okay. So, all right. So every day we come on here and we talk about insulin resistance. And the reason why is because I was raised by a type 2 insulin dependent dad who died at 63. And I watched him take his 50s, from 50 to 60, right? And increase his meds and increase. I mean, he was diagnosed when he was, I think, 35. And it was a train wreck. He just continued to increase meds and then increase his heart surgeries and his procedures and then kidney dialysis and everything. And then he was gone at 63. And I just decided, now, don't get me wrong, I was not an obedient person, at all. So if that's you, welcome to my world. Come on in. Let's chat for a minute. Because I was gestational diabetic when I was 22. My dad died when I was 30. And then I didn't do anything until I was 50. So if that doesn't give people hope, I don't know what will ever give you hope. So that is basically what happened. And when I was 50 by then I was a 2X in size. I was pre-diabetic. Labs showed pre-diabetic. But I was really scared to go to the doctor and keep up with stuff. And I was scared. I watched my dad. He had sores that didn't heal. My mom was constantly, if you are peeing all the time or if you are thirsty all the time, these were the signs and I knew it. So I was really scared to keep up with that. Any hoodle. So I hit my 50s and I decide, and I swear, it's by the grace of God. It is totally by the grace of God because I was not a disciplined person. I was a sugar addict and I was a hot mess express. My hormones were wildly not in check. So my perimenopause went wee because insulin is a hormone. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But everything was really upside down. And I just knew I was scared enough. And I just decided I was going to take some steps to deal with my life in my 50s and my dad went like this with his meds and his life went like this. I went like this with supplementation and my life went like this with supplementation. I took the complete opposite experience of probably most, I can't speak for everybody, but most of my Italian family because I'm Italian. And so love for food, all the good things, right? Okay. So I just did it completely differently. And that's why I like to come on and talk to you guys. Now, the last handful of days, so we've been doing this show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. for 2 years, almost 2 years coming up. And even just in the last, I wrote them down because sometimes I forget what we've talked about. But over the last 5 days, if anybody ever needs to see a lot of the replays or something, you can go on my YouTube channel if you are not already. And I'm the same everywhere I go. I'm the same everywhere I go. I'm the same everywhere you go. Kirsten Liebelt. Kirsten Liebelt. That's all you have to type in. And no matter what platform you're on, Kirsten, just like the American Girl doll. Liebelt looks like lie, like you lie down and then you put a belt around your waist, but it's Liebelt. And you can watch replays over there. You can go to my channel. You can hit live and it'll show you all the live videos. But anyway, we have talked about food noise. We did that yesterday. The day before that, we were talking about the pancreas and insulin resistance. Then before that, it was anxiety and insulin resistance. Then it was gut health and insulin resistance. And then it was estrogen and insulin resistance. So this gives you an idea of what we do here. And then today we're going to do sleep, because it's so important. And you do not realize that if you do not get sleep, if you have one night of bad sleep, you increase your insulin resistance and your cortisol immediately. So can you imagine if you're stringing night after night after night? Y'all aren't sleeping. You're not sleeping. I know you're not. So we're going to talk about it today. So Lucinda says, I will get you on the replay. We just got caught in a big snowstorm here in Michigan. Oh my goodness. Well, there you go, Lucinda. Catch me on the replay. But stay warm. We're really bitter cold here in Minnesota today. Very cold. We're not having a storm, but we are. Whoo-wee. Next couple of days, next 2, 3, 4 days is going to be like frigid, concerning. Hi, Sue. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything over here on Instagram. It's so good to see you guys. Okay, so let's get into our information today. I talked to so many about you. I talked to so many, not about you. I talked to so many of you, like in my messages, and I just know where the whole sleep thing lies. And there's a lot of it that probably couples in with the whole anxiety conversation as well. So there's that. But any hoodle. And I'll tell you about it here in just a second because it has to do with sleep. I want a different color, but it's okay. I got this Smart Health ring, and it's not the $500 Aura one. It's a dupe. Anyway, but I tracked my sleep last night for the first time, and I thought, oh, this is going to be helpful for you guys. It might be something that, if you don't have something to track on your phone, you might already have, I have to figure that out. Doesn't matter. Oh, it needs Bluetooth, maybe. Okay, it doesn't matter. You might already have like a health app. You might have a Fitbit. You might have all of these things. I've never done this before for me. I've never done it. And I'm really kind of pleased and I'm excited to track my own pieces. It's, you can't change something that you don't track to a certain degree, right? Like you have to track it to scale it. You have to track it to know where you are. And if you can know kind of some of your own pieces, just like you get your labs, you can make things better and better. Okay, so we're going to talk about it. Luana, good morning. I know, cold Minnesota. Good morning, Joan. Coach Kirsten, she says, good to see you too, Joan. So very, very good. All right, here we go. So let's just talk about sleep today. And I'm just telling you, this is a very interesting conversation. You have make 2026 your goal to deal with any anxiety that you have and to deal with your sleep. Make this your goal, if at all possible. And the connection between bad sleep and insulin resistance being worse or hard to control, and anxiety and insulin resistance and it being hard to control, it's undeniable. It's absolutely undeniable. And so the studies are just showing that more and more and more. And I know we live in a really loud, noisy world. I'm not confused by it. Listen, I live in Minnesota. You think I don't know, right? Of course I do. And so we have to be able to manage what's going in our eyes, what's going in our ears, what are we thinking about all day long? Are we sleeping? These are the things that we really have to track, okay? So here we go. So why better sleep starts with your insulin and not sleeping pills. I'm just telling you, root cause wellness, you guys, this is what we do. So I want to start by telling you something that might surprise you. Like, I don't know if you guys do or not, but I don't take any sleep medication and I never have. But yet I spent years with my sleep being off. And that was in my 50s. I'm about to turn 61, but in my 50s, I was like, I would go through cycles of trying to figure out how can I actually get proper sleep. And for me, and I can talk about my solution for me just a little bit here, because I feel like people do have, it's not a one size fits all. That's what I kind of want to say about that. But when I figured out my plan for me, you guys, like, how is it that I could be at the time I was 59 and fix my sleep, right? How does that work? It's crazy to think that that's true, but we actually can reverse age. We can reverse function. So if our function is dysfunction, we can make it function. That you just got to know that, right? I don't take any melatonin. When I do take melatonin, it makes me feel drunk, so I don't. I don't like that feeling at all. And I don't take anything over the counter, like to knock myself out or anything like that. But I know that a lot of people are in that cycle, so I'm just really privy to this. But last night, when I saw the results of this ring, I actually got 2 hours of deep sleep, which is really kind of unheard of. Usually the average person is getting 45 minutes of deep sleep. And deep sleep is for your hormones. It's for your insulin resistance. It's for your metabolism. It's for your fat loss. It's for, like, you want the deep sleep if you can do it. Lynn says, I know what you're going to say. I don't even have to read it, Lynn. Lynn says, I sleep like a baby since okay. Never mind. I didn't know you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say since you stopped your soul sucking job. See how I make friends with you all over the country? So she says, since she's been taking the magnesium ashwagandha, she's taking the same one that I am. So that happens to be, we're both the same, right? Maybe we run a little high cortisol. And so that's why. I guess I sleep like a baby's dad, not a baby. I'm 69. Yes, we don't sleep like a baby because the baby wakes up every 2 hours and cries. So we sleep like the dad who doesn't hear the baby. I'm with you. I track with you. Okay. So anyway, but it didn't happen because I tried harder to sleep. It happened because I turned my attention first to insulin, and then I kind of dealt with my cortisol. I didn't even know I was running high cortisol. We'll talk about that, whatever. But we've been taught that sleep problems mean that we need something to force sleep. But real sleep isn't sedation, it's biology. So root cause wellness. And so when she talks about the magnesium and the ashwagandha, that's exactly what I did. And it's dealing with what was actually going on. So now I feel like I have a key. So whether I'm here or like in 10 days, I'm going to go to Rochester, Minnesota for a business conference. And whether I'm in Rochester, whether I go to, let's see, I'll be in Orlando for a couple of days in March, whether I'm in Orlando, it doesn't matter. My sleep is on point. It doesn't mean you don't have a night where maybe you stay up later, whatever. That's not what that means. But no matter where I go, I can take with me, actually, this is my nighttime one. I can take with me my nighttime supplementation, etc. And that helps me out a lot, right? Sleep improves when insulin comes down. Sleep improves when insulin comes down. Cortisol drops naturally. It's like insulin and cortisol are like these little sister hormones. And they're just like, what one does, they just play off of each other, and they're kind of, impacting each other all the time. And so we've got like maybe stress, or we're overthinking, or we're worrying, or we wake up and our mind is racing, and we know we shouldn't listen to the news, but we keep doing it, or whatever it is, right? But your nervous system will actually begin to shift when you deal with your insulin resistance. It'll actually begin to shift into repair mode. Oh, this is so important for you guys. It's so important. So when insulin is high, your body stays in defense mode, even at night. Gotta get the insulin down. And remember, that's not your blood glucose conversation. Insulin is a hormone, and most doctors don't take a fasting insulin test. Some of you already know your insulin. I've been on the phone with you. But anyway, so basically this dupe, instead of $500, this was $58 on Amazon. So I don't know, that's whatever, that's what that is. But because the Oura ring is like $500. But this told me my sleep, my heart rate, my blood oxygen, my blood pressure, my heart rate value, and my stress. Okay. And so my sleep, that's when it told me, when I look into there and it gives me all of these like pieces, it tells me that I had a deep sleep of 1 hour and 50 minutes, which again, they said is high, out of the 6 hours and 49 minutes that I slept last night. Okay. So they said most people are only getting 45 minutes, but that is not what is needed for you need more, you need better to repair your body. So I overachieved. I'll be interested to see where I was never an overachiever. So if I get to say I can overachieve in a little sleep, I'm going to take it and then I'm going to announce it to the world. I'm just kidding. I was never an overachiever. But I'll be interested now to track from night to night to night what this looks like for me, because I know that I fixed my sleep, but to what degree? And I'd like to see. And then my blood pressure, it's really cool that it does track all of this. My blood pressure, 115/83. I do not take any high blood pressure med. I don't take any meds. I don't take any over-the-counter meds. I don't take any prescription meds. I'll be 61. Like I am a miracle. I'm a walking miracle. I'm a walking testimony, because the Italian family, I'm literally the only person in my immediate family that avoided type 2 diabetes, even though I was gestational with my first baby, hypoglycemic with my second baby, like pre-diabetic in my early 50s. Like I should not be where I am. But I'm telling you, this is not rocket science. It's just that the medical community will never, ever, 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 ever. That's not true. They have not in the past. Now, supposedly, we will see an increase of medical providers being taught nutrition in order to teach prevention and sustaining health. Okay. So I was already pre-diabetic. I needed to do a little bit more than prevention. I needed to turn that puppy around. Like, I don't think so. That's what I had to do. And that's why I talk to all of you. And that's why then you guys get the testimonies and you crush my results, because you guys are doing such an incredible job at that. But that's kind of what this is telling me. So this was really cool. So the 2 hours of the deep sleep are actually the most important piece of the whole puzzle. So deep sleep is where insulin sensitivity improves, fat burning happens, and your liver does its cleanup. What do we talk about all day, every day? It's the liver. I do not understand. And again, you guys, I'm not a medical professional. I don't hang out with medical professional people, like, in social circles. I don't have conversations with them. I do not understand. How are they not talking to us about our liver all the time? Like, I don't get it. And it boggles my mind, because it changes the way that your liver regulates your hormones: cortisol, insulin, GLP-1, ghrelin, leptin. They're all hormones. This is a hormonal conversation. All of it is. It helps to regulate the glucose in your blood. It helps you to metabolize your fat. Like, it's your fat loss organ. Why are we not talking about the root cause wellness, right? But that's the medical community, right? So you don't need 9 perfect hours to heal. They don't have to all be deep sleep. You need quality sleep, like kind of like architecture, like structure. Out of the sleep that you get, you need a good couple of hours of deep sleep in order to repair and heal and like metabolize fat and get your liver to go clean up. And this is why, and I was talking with a girlfriend the other night, and we were talking about, choosing to not eat so close to bedtime, which I'm not always great at, but I'm better than I've been. So I'm going to keep getting better, because when you eat before bed, like even within a couple of hours, you're telling your body to prioritize digestion instead of resting and instead of healing and cleaning up. Now you gave it a different job, and you don't want to give it a different job. Anyway, that's another conversation altogether. Let me see who's talking. Oh, yes. Freezing Ontario. Hello, Barb. Oh, I know it's so cold. We're like in Arctic, I don't know, polar vortex or something here in Minnesota. Jody's in the house. Good to see you, Jody. Good to see you. Deborah. Hi, teacher Kirsten. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. Well, I post the ring info on my website. I actually just did that this morning just because I knew I was talking about it in my stories. So, yes, it'll be on my Amazon faves and you can go there and I have to like learn how to use a new iOS thing here. Hold on. When you go to kirstenliebelt.com, here, I'll show it to you. And then we'll keep talking. There's my website. When you go there, it's kirstenliebelt.com for you guys on Instagram. I don't want to leave you out. Here, you can go here. There you go. And then you might have to like screenshot it and then turn it around in your camera. But when you go there and you see my picture, here it is. You'll see my picture. If you do one little tiny scroll up, you'll see my Amazon stuff right there. This is the cookbook that I recommend. I won't get into that right now. Let's see, where did I put it? Right there. It's right there. But my buttons are a little messed up, so I apologize. I have to fix that. Follow the button that says what it's supposed to do. The position of the button got moved. But right now this is $58.88 instead of $500. You know, the reviews were good enough for me to try it. Now this one, that's interesting. I must have grabbed a different. Oh, interesting. It is the same though. I wonder if they are sold by a couple of different names. Interesting. We'll see though, right? And so you can get different colors. You know what? I'm going to change the link on it for you guys. I'm going to change the link on it. So any hoodle, I just want to make sure that I put the right link on there and so that you can get all those different sizing options. But let's go ahead and just jump into a little bit more of, I don't want to get sidetracked. No sidetracking. So, okay, how insulin resistance messes with your sleep. So why does it get better when your insulin resistance is better? Why does your sleep get better? So if you are waking up like between 2 and 4 a.m., if your brain kind of feels like that wired but tired feeling, or I should say tired but wired, like I'm so tired, but like, you just can't quite get it together, right, to go to sleep. If you fall asleep fine, but you can't stay asleep, or if your legs are feeling restless or your jaw clenches a lot, if you're a jaw clencher, right? So insulin spikes lead to cortisol spikes. Cortisol blocks melatonin. Okay. And then blood sugar drops overnight and adrenaline wakes you up. So there's a whole process as to what's going on. So your insulin spikes, your cortisol spikes, and then your cortisol like blocks melatonin, which is what you need for sleep, right? And then overnight you're sleeping and your blood sugar drops and your adrenaline wakes you up. You're like, oh man, I'm awake now. And that's because of dysregulated blood sugar, right? So your body is just reacting to what's going on inside. It's not broken. You can fix this, right? It's just that you might have like just different things happening in your system while you're sleeping, and that's waking you up and then keeping you awake, right? So if you'll focus on your insulin first, I'm telling you, we keep putting Band-Aids on. We keep thinking, well, we need another over-the-counter med. We need another prescription. We need another whatever. And we're trying to just mask or force something that if we would focus on the root cause wellness, we could actually, get that to work. Now, sometimes we, it's, maybe we're not as patient as we should be. Okay. Maybe we're not as patient in the turning back around, right, of our insulin resistance. And so sometimes we have to kind of do both at the same time because it might take a minute, right? But I focused on getting my insulin down. I focused on supporting my gut. These are all the things we talk about. My liver. Even this year, I'm taking my nervous system to another level, even though like it says on my app that my stress is low. I mean, at least for now, right? I think it's my ashwagandha that helps me with my stress. Yes. Anyway, I don't know how to get this updated. It's all at 8 a.m. How do I get it to update? I don't know. We'll find out. I need to come on. I think I have to actually attach it to my Bluetooth or something. But anyway, but I want to take things to another level because it's like, I know where I want to be as I'm moving forward in my age, right? I know where I want to be. Okay. So if you are using sleep meds, if you are, but you're still not, really sleeping well, and you want to kind of walk that journey to get your sleep better, there are so many things that you can do. But I will tell you that when your sleep improves, the things that happen for you are kind of like monumental in the way that you're feeling. Like your cravings can actually quiet down. Like you wake up and you have more energy in the morning because you slept well at night. I mean, that's kind of like a given, right? But your anxiety can actually begin to ease because your body is like healing and resetting at night while you're sleeping. Fat loss starts to be a little bit more possible. And so if I only ever give you one answer to everything, that doesn't really fully help you, because this is a multi-layered conversation. We kind of got ourselves into a little bit of a pickle. I mean, if we look at our life and what's going on, if we as a collective, as females, if we are okay, we're on antacids because we have acid reflux, and then we are on high blood pressure medication because our blood pressure is high, and then we're on something to sleep because we can't sleep at night, and then we're on an anti-anxiety because our anxiety is high. And then what if we take all of that conversation and we narrow it down to the root cause, which in my conversation with you guys is insulin resistance. And we begin to deal with the liver, the gut, and your insulin core conversation. And then everything else comes off of that. It is amazing what happens when you guys come back to me and you're like, oh my gosh, my anxiety left me. Oh my gosh, I'm off of Omeprazole. Oh my gosh, I'm off of a high blood pressure med. I was on 2. Now I'm only on 1. Now I'm on none. This is amazing, right? Had I not dealt with my pre-diabetes in my early 50s, had I not, there's no question I would have been on med. Of course, they even will tell you, they'll pre-program you and tell you, in your 50s, it is really common for you to be on 2 or 3 meds. Why is that common? That shouldn't be common. Are our bodies breaking down that early, naturally? No, it's because of insulin resistance that has not been dealt with. Okay, because high insulin equals high inflammation. Insulin resistance is creating the leaky gut. Insulin resistance is creating the inflammation all over your body. This is just core conversation, right? So basically, I do talk about how to turn around insulin resistance. I'll share about the total body reset, but I will also give you just a little brief conversation about sleep and what I take, but what else somebody else might want to take. So there we go. Okay, Peggy, sounds good. Oh, Patty, good to see you. Spent time with your daughter this morning. How wonderful, Patty. That's beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. So for me, oh man, you guys, I know a lot of you know my story, but some of you are brand new. But when I was a 2x in size and I was barreling towards type 2 diabetes, and I needed to turn that around, I didn't think I could trade out my foods because I'm Italian, and that's kind of a really big connection. It's an emotional connection. It's a traditions connection. It's all the things. So I didn't do food first, but a lot of you do both at the same time. You do the targeted supplementation and the food. I teach that in the group. But when it comes to targeted supplementation, I'm just telling you, if you will target your liver, your gut, and bringing down your insulin, your body will respond and deliver you a different result. There's no reason why my body at almost 61 years old should be delivering me this result without me having targeted the things that I talked to you about. Why would I have normal blood pressure? Why would I have really good sleep? Why would I have blood oxygen and a heart rate that's good and all these things? Why? None of that should be true if I was the typical in my 50s person on 2-3 meds. And there is a suite of meds that they will talk to you about. I'm going to talk to you about 6 supplements. They will talk to you about a suite of meds. You first maybe you get on a high blood pressure medication, and then they maybe put you on now your cholesterol, and that's another conversation. I'm not even going to go there, but it's not proper information, in my opinion, as just a friend. They'll put you on a statin, and the statin will make you depressed, and then they'll put you on an antidepressant, and then and they've got this whole suite that goes together: high blood pressure, cholesterol, and antidepressant. I'm trying to think. Oh, oftentimes then you're on an antacid. Like, they all go together. Don't you notice that you're all the same? Like everybody's on the same stuff. Don't you notice that? Like, oh yeah, everybody's on all the same little core meds. That should not be typical. So that's why I get excited when you guys get off of meds. So anyway, total body reset. I started when I was a 2X in size, and I was pre-diabetic in my early 50s, right? So I'm pre-diabetic, I'm 2X in size. I've already been gestational diabetic. My dad's already died at 63 from type 2 diabetes. Terrible. Heart, dialysis, all of the things. He was typical crazy pants. So I started with these 3, the trio, 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. This is where I started, okay? Bring down your insulin, your sugars, help your liver to function, and your metabolism, okay? This is where I start. That's half of the total body reset. That's half of it right there, okay? Then, I just dropped my little liver one. Then the gut primer comes in and helps your liver on a completely different level, helps the inflammation in your gut, helps that leaky gut that insulin resistance is causing, helps your digestive tract, moves that impacted waste, moves the toxins out of your body. This is where people are like, oh, I'm off of omeprazole, or they are like, oh my gosh, I stopped going to, Walgreens and buying my over-the-counter constipation helpers. Or I had so much diarrhea that it was really disrupting my life, my daily routine. So this is a blend of 6 different blends. It's a blend of 6 different blends. It's all organic, all that good stuff. But the greens are already fermented for your system. So I just put this in water, a little bit of water, froth it up. It's not grainy. Just drink it. Some people are putting it in more water than I talk about, so you play around with it for yourself. I just I'm a function person. If function was a love language, that would be my love language. Like, okay, I'm supposed to take this. Okay, I'm just going to take like a wellness shot. Okay, I'm done. That's me. I'm a function person. You may not be. So, and taking more water is better for your system anyway. But anyway, the greens are already fermented. And what does that mean for your system? That means that this is very bioavailable, very absorbable into your system. Those fermented greens, your liver goes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, especially if you don't have a gallbladder. Because remember, your liver's job is to create the bile. Your gallbladder's job is, or was, depending upon where you are, because this is the same for both of you, to collect that bile and then release it strategically when you eat, especially like when you eat high fat. It releases the bile to break things down, get your impacted waste moving through your body. Like constipation is not normal. Acid reflux is not normal. These are not things we should accept. They are not. They are flags. Okay. So when you have fermented greens and your liver can now create more bile, this is why things begin to kind of flow again. So this creates flow in your body. Okay. Really brings down that inflammation. It is a comprehensive gastrointestinal primer, not just a greens product. That's number 4. Number 5 is the probiotic. 5 live strains. Yogurt and kefir are not enough for what you are dealing with. You need your gut to be repopulated with the good bacteria. Remember, we've talked about this recently. Your gut, the good bacteria, when it's like nice and balanced inside of your system, will create GABA, which is your bringing down your anxiety. It will create serotonin. 90% of it is made in your gut. 90% is made in your gut. That makes you happy. Your dopamine gives you motivation to like function in life. Your GLP-1 that everybody's injecting, it's in your gut. It's made. God already created your body to create the GLP-1 hormone. Now, I'm not dogging on anybody who's on it. I'm really not. I just want you to understand, if you have understanding that all they're trying to do is recreate something that your body is naturally supposed to do and it stopped doing. Okay, so that's just all I'm trying to do. And then the last of the 6 pieces is the visceral fat burner. This is where people get the results of the fatty liver going from bad to mild. Like that was per an MRI. FYI. I'm so funny. Or visceral fat scans, or if you have a smart scale or whatever, they'll show you your visceral fat, right? Now the thing is that visceral fat, you lose all of those inches right here, right under your boob, down your hips, your trunk, that's where you want to lose it. And so measure yourself, right? But visceral fat doesn't weigh a lot. So this is where it can get kind of confusing for some of you. It's not heavy. Muscle weighs more than that fat. And so that visceral fat that's around your organs way deep down inside, you can lose all these inches and change your body composition, which you want, and be like, why didn't my scale move exactly the way I wanted it to? Just give your body a chance now to like release all of the other fat and stuff on your body. I'm just telling you, but that's a little side note. So those 6 pieces. So the trio are 3, then there's the probiotic, the visceral fat burner, and then the gut primer. That is targeting exactly what you want it to target. Exactly what you want it to target. Liver, gut, bringing down your insulin. You can piece it together. You don't have to ever pay any attention. You can take that information and do with it what you will. Target your liver, target your gut, target your insulin getting down. And the total body reset has just produced so many freaking amazing results. I got off of 10 meds. I've lost, 50 pounds and kept it off for a year now. I'm 74 and I've lost 45 pounds in 5 months. Like you're literally taking back your health and your life. I spent the day yesterday with my grandbabies and I'm telling you, nothing will motivate me faster or keep me on track longer than to spend time with my grandbabies who they need my energy. They need my happiness. They need my calm. They need they don't need a nervous Nelly grandma that can't handle their busyness. They don't need that. They need my body functioning well so that I can like really be present in their life. And it's just, for me, it's everything. It's just everything. So, it's their program for us. I know, Patty. I hate it. But it is it's their protocol. I mean, when I go and they're like, you're not on any meds. I'm like, nope. But I want to say that when I'm, instead of almost 61, I want to say that when I'm 81. Right? Like I want my body to function. Anyway, you're welcome, Joan. Thank you for clarification on better sleep and repairing body. Grateful heart. You're so sweet. So for me, so total body reset, if you need information on that, you can either go to my website, KirstenLiebelt.com. You can reach out to me. You can put total body reset in the comments and I'll come back and I'll talk to you. I'll get you a cart, all the things. If you are like, you need help with your sleep. And again, it's not a one size fits all. So this is my most brief explanation of how I help people with their sleep. If you're looking to use supplementation for it, absolutely everybody should be on the magnesium. Everybody should be. It's a triple blend. It has glycinate in it. You take it maybe an hour or 2 before bed. It'll help you to decompress your nervous system. Okay. Everybody should be on that triple blend. It is beautiful. Now, for me, I add in the ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb that helps your body adapt to stress. Ashwagandha helps you with sleep, stress, and mood. Now, last night I was on the phone with somebody. I did a phone consult, and we were talking about the ashwagandha, and we were really looking up the information when it came to ashwagandha and hypothyroidism. And the research is saying, and you have to decide things for yourself. You have to do your own research. Hyperthyroidism. Turn this off. How do I turn that off? Hyperthyroidism. There we go. Hyperthyroidism, overactive. Ashwagandha, probably not a good match. Hypothyroidism, underactive, is ashwagandha actually isn't a problem. Even if you are on, according to the research, okay, because I'm not a doctor, but according to this research that we were doing together, even if you are on a very common thyroid med, I don't know the names because I don't take them. But anyway, ashwagandha can pair with that. So you might want to rethink that if you haven't before, but because it'll actually help you with making more of the hormone. Okay. Anyway, so ashwagandha and magnesium, that was my key. That's the duo for me. Now, if you are somebody who your sleep schedule is off, you work a 12-hour shift, you work days, you work nights, your circadian rhythm is off, you might need melatonin. So I have a sleep gummy for that called Sweet Dreams. You can look that up. Do the magnesium and the gummy instead of the magnesium and the ashwagandha. Okay. And the last one is, if you have a hard time shutting off your mind as you lay down, your mind is kind of like, you've just got a lot of thoughts going on and you need help going to sleep and staying asleep, on the site, look up the Sleep Health. That has the stinky herbs, I call them, because they are kind of stinky. Keep them in your fridge. But you'll take 3 of them, and it's a valerian and hop blend. And again, everything comes off of organic farms. So you're not making your liver work harder by taking any of these herbs. That's a big conversation. But you take 3 of those and your mind kind of goes like this. But then I did not feel, because I used to take that one, the Sleep Health with the magnesium. I did those 2 all the time together. And I loved it until they launched the ashwagandha. And I went, oh, but I didn't know why I loved it more until I understood that I was running higher cortisol. Okay. I hope you're making that connection. But that Sleep Health will help you go to sleep, calm your mind, like kind of shut off your thoughts and help you to stay asleep longer. Take 3 of them and then 2 of the magnesium, and off you go, and see how that works for you. Okay. So that's the sleep conversation all by itself. And if you have questions, Messenger, Instagram DMs, on my website that I was showing you, KirstenLiebelt.com. When you go there, basically right there is my face. When you go to the bottom, here's all of my contact information, including my phone number. You can text me at and say, hey, I was on your live today and you were talking about like that sleep duo or blah, blah, blah. Can you help me? Can you put a cart together for me? And I will do that. So, well, hello, Esther. Greetings from New Zealand. Hi, nice to meet you, Esther. I wish I could help, Esther. You'll be 60 next week and having gallbladder removed for your birthday. Oh, I'm sorry, Esther. See, this is worldwide, you guys. It's just worldwide. Your son is Down's, autistic, and Graves' disease. So interesting. Oh, God. So, Esther, I actually cannot sell in New Zealand, and I can only sell in North America. So for the people who are in the United States, all of the Total Body Reset is available. If you're in Canada, the trio, and then I have a couple of other hacks for you. Like I have other matches for you in Canada. You just need to give me, I need to give you my Canadian link for that. But I can't sell in New Zealand. And especially like New Zealand and Australia, governments have yes and no answers to ingredients. So for you, Esther, what I would say then is find whatever you can find in New Zealand that would support your liver, like milk thistle, dandelion, anything for your liver, anything for your gut, because especially like you said, like your son is Downs and autistic and Grace, you then are probably, you have some stress maybe in your life, right? So anything that you can do to help your cortisol to come down, et cetera, would be really, really important. And then when it comes to food, Esther, my grandma's name was Esther, my mom's mom, who, by the way, didn't have a stitch of dementia, and she lived to be 97 playing Scrabble. So that's why when my mother had dementia, type 3 diabetes, insulin resistance of the brain, anyway, we were shocked because we didn't see that coming. But anyway, so when I teach food, I teach grain-free, sugar-free, and legume-free. Because if you will stop spiking your sugars and calling on insulin, trying to get it into your cell, and your cell is already blocked, it'll stop storing that visceral fat, and it will stop having high inflammation in your body, which is causing the other issues. So I hope that makes sense, Esther. I wish I could help you. Thank you, Patty. Levothyroxine. Levothyroxine. Oh, Jackie has hyper. Yep. So then no ashwagandha apparently. But the other key is this. So like if you have an underactive thyroid, you have hypo, your thyroid hormones convert in your freaking liver. But it's for both of you. It's for hypo and hyper, but they convert in your liver. You want your liver functioning. That's why like 50% of the total body reset is liver. Liver 1, liver 2, liver 3. 50% of it is for your liver, because like when you go to bed at night, your liver is like, okay, let's get to work. Let's go. I'm going to clean things up. I'm going to help you detox. I'm going to do all these things. But if your liver is like, and you haven't changed the oil in 100,000 miles, and the filter is completely clogged, and there's no screen, it can't get through, like, you don't have a gallbladder, all of these things, even if you do have a gallbladder, our liver is just like, and then it can't regulate our hormones, insulin, cortisol, GLP-1. It can't help the blood sugar levels. It can't help you with fat loss. That was a big wake-up call for me the first time I heard that. Your thyroid is working so much better now, Patty says. Yay! The med for hyperthyroid. Okay, methimazole. Okay, methiam. You guys know how to pronounce them, don't you? Yep. Okay. Interesting. And again, you can do your own research. You can go on to like ChatGPT and you can say, I am hyperthyroid. Do I need to be concerned about ashwagandha? I think it's going to say yes. I'm on this med. How should I view ashwagandha? And whether you're hypo or hyper or whatever. And so anyway, just to let you know, like, do your research, be the advocate that you need to be for yourself, because there is no doctor, in my understanding, unless it's a functional health doctor, that it would be odd, that's going to have a conversation with you about ashwagandha and your thyroid meds. They're just going to go, well, I don't know, so just don't do it. Okay, so I'm just telling you. But anyway, so this has been a really good chat, you guys. Very, very good. I'm actually going to, and Deborah says, this information is fire. Thanks, Kirsten. You're so sweet, Deborah. I love you. Thank you. I'm going to get off and I'm going to double check my link on my little Smart Health ring and make sure that I've got the right one for you guys. I don't want it to be incorrect. Anyway, I mean, it's the same one. It's just that I want to make sure it's like the guy has all of the reviews that I saw. I saw so many reviews, and this one looks like it has smaller. It's the same one. It's just somebody else that's selling it. I want you guys to see all the reviews. So anyway, I'm going to go change that for you guys. But then I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then don't forget, please don't forget, if you are already doing the customer campaign of $150 or more a month so that you can get $75 off your third month. If you already did December, don't forget to order in January and get your $50 off, because that's your New Year's bonus. And then if you're starting in January, just know that you're going to get a bonus in February of $50 off, and then you're still going to get your $75 off in March. This is an incredibly good chunk of time to start your health journey and to get your insulin resistance to turn back, go back. It's exactly what I did. It's exactly like I tell you exactly what I did with my food, with my mindset, with my supplementation, and now you guys are duplicating. Okay. And then the last little note is on February 2nd, Monday the 2nd until Friday the 6th. That's our next 5-day challenge in the group. So the group is Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And you just give your email, tell them Kirsten sent you, and we'll do another 5-day challenge where I go live every day at 1 p.m. Central. And that helps you to chunk out ingredient trade outs and like a refrigerator and a pantry tour. I will do a deeper dive into supplementation the next time. And I'm going to write myself a note right now. I'm going to revamp that deep dive day so that I can go over lion's mane that I've been testing since October and the horny goat weed. I'm going to go over those in that deep dive next time. So there, I got my note going for that. So because that's a better way for me to, inside of the group, have the time to do that. And then we'll do a recipe so that you can learn how to eat better. Okay. And you don't have to be on the Total Body Reset to be a part of that. But I do highly recommend, if you're thinking about it, get on the Total Body Reset. Be ready for February 2nd. Be ready. Like, have yourself in motion and taking action so that February, March, and April, man, you are like on your game. And we'll do another free challenge February, March, April. We do this every month. So there you go. All right. Have such a good day, you guys. Oh, yeah. Fabulous incentive. You got it? Deb says she got it. She got the incentive. I know, you guys. When you get an opportunity where somebody will actually reward you for your own consistency, don't say no. Like, nobody else is giving you any credit for doing anything consistently. Nobody else cares, right? It's just like crazy. But anyway, all right. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Have such an amazing day. And if you need anything, let me know. I'm available for you.